All right, The Rock fielded questions at his press conference after WrestleMania 40, Night 1 in Philadelphia, and he had plenty to say about a variety of topics, but we're going to focus on one in particular as it pertains to the WrestleMania 40 Night 2 main event, which we now know will be Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns in a Bloodline Rules match for the undisputed Universal Championship. The Rock, as we thought, successful on Night 1 in pinning Cody Rhodes to give The Rock and Roman Reigns the victory in the tag team match over Cody and Seth Rollins. And now that does set up pure chaos for Night 2 because we know that's what Bloodline Rules means based on what we saw on this past week's edition of Raw. And now it sets up the grand finale. As you all know, if you've watched the videos here on the channel, we expect a lot to happen in the final sequence of this match between Cody and Reigns. And The Rock sort of teased it about, as you would expect someone would tease, to really give everyone an idea of what they can expect. And here is what The Rock had to say in his press conference. Very short, very to the point. He was asked, what can fans expect? Can they expect any surprises? The Rock had only this to say. You can expect the unexpected and a lot of surprises. Now, if you've watched the videos we've done here on the channel, you know what we think some of those surprises are going to be. And that is how we sort of spelled it out. I did an entire video looking at how I think this match is going to end between Cody and Reigns. And my scenario involved the likely possibility now, I think, of Stone Cold Steve Austin and John Cena getting involved, all based on what you guys know that we previously looked at, and I will pull it up again just in case you are watching this for the first time. But I will pull up this graphic again. This is from Raw a couple weeks ago, and we're all kind of really zoned in on what's going on in the background here. The Triple H way, the Easter eggs, it's right there in front of you. Austin and Cena on the production truck in the background, perfectly lit, all the presentation elements you need to make people aware that this is something you need to look at and pay attention to. They did that on that Raw, and so that's one half of the chaos that we expect. Like I said, I went all into it, and I know we're basically, it's day of the match here, so if you don't get a chance to watch that entire video, my thought is that you have a situation where you can pair everyone off with someone else that they are, sort of involved with when it comes to this entire storyline. So you obviously have Cody paired off with Reigns. You have Jimmy Uso could be paired off with Jey Uso, depending on if there's some kind of dynamic there. If those two had a match on Night 1, which I know to be a little bit disappointing, but that doesn't play into what's going to happen here on Night 2, I don't think necessarily. You've got Solo, who can pair off with John Cena, based on the fact that the last time we saw John Cena, it was Solo that was taking out Cena, so Cena can come for revenge, and to avenge that loss, yeah, we're using the Avengers theme here, to Solo and everything that happened there. So you can pair those off, and then you can kind of set up the situation where you have Cody and Reigns in the ring. You've got The Rock trying to be the person that finishes Cody, and then the glass shatters. Steve Austin is there. You get the loudest pop perhaps of the entire weekend outside of Cody potentially winning the title. And so I think it all sets up great here. But I think something to remember here, as The Rock said, expect the unexpected and a lot of surprises. So there probably could be even more surprises that we're not even considering. And like I said previously, in no way do I think I'm going to get this right. But if you connect all the dots together, it would make sense that this is how they would want to do it for the big final blow-off here. If you're going to have Cody finish the story, which I know there's still some people out there that say, hey, this isn't happening. Reigns going to win this thing. I just feel like everything they've done now to set this up, including what happened on this Night 1 tag team match, I think you've got every element you want going into this match now. Not just The Rock, basically telling you, hey, expect the unexpected. You're going to get a lot of surprises. But also, what did they do? And it's something I pointed out in the preview video we did for the tag match, was they had to build the tension between The Rock and Reigns. And now that I look back on it, I'm like, they made it very simple. All you had to do was put Cody in the way. Rollins pushes Cody out of the way. Reigns ends up spearing The Rock, and we all know that's going to play into something in the future. And we may actually do a separate video on that, looking at all the possibilities and a couple maybe little hints that we saw in that match. But again, what we're focusing on is the fact that this is only furthering the idea that we are going to get that big moment and some of these surprises. So if anyone thought that it was like a pipe dream that we could see a Steve Austin, we could see a John Cena maybe the truck was just there to kind of throw us in another direction. I mean, misdirection exists, right? Triple H could be, misdirecting our attention somewhere else. But as I said before, I think this is part of the expect the unexpected that The Rock is pushing here in this press conference, is that you're not only maybe going to see these two guys get involved, but who else could get involved? That's the thing, right? Could The Rock have some surprises up his sleeve, even though we think that maybe Austin and Cena are the two that could be the surprises for the Cody to help him? What does The Rock have up his sleeve? We know there's some people out there that are part of the family tree that could potentially get involved here. And so I think there's a lot of interesting dynamics in play to where we see how this plays out. But yeah, I thought that was, as I said, for anyone that was sort of skeptical that they could go all the way with this and be able to kind of really put it all and connect it all together with all these different things and what some people may think is a complete overbooked finish to this Night 2 match. I don't think so. I think this is just going to be something where they know exactly how they want to end this thing. And I think now with The Rock pushing the surprise element here, they're not going to let you down. If anything, I think we've understood that at this point. Like, I feel like in this era, especially with kind of the way Triple H has done things, if they're going to tease something, they're not going to underdeliver in terms of delivering what that is going to be. And I think everyone has said too much at this point. They've seen too much about all the possible surprises, like I said, involving a Cena, involving an Austin. But I think what's the most interesting thing is there's probably stuff that we don't even yet think about, perhaps, to where there could be other people that get involved here. And so I think this is going to be fantastic. And again, we're going to try to do a live stream reaction to Night 1, which I'm going to try to do that on Sunday morning. But I've had some internet issues. I was planning on doing it Saturday night, but we didn't get a chance to do it. But I'm going to try to do that. We'll talk about all the other stuff on the card. But this is the interesting element now. The Rock pushing the unexpected surprises on the Night 2 main event, which will now be Bloodline Rules. And that has stacked the deck against Cody Rhodes. What is he going to do now that he has to face Bloodline Rules, where the Bloodline could have the upper hand in every single scenario? Maybe it's The Rock who accidentally hits Roman Reigns the way that Roman Reigns accidentally speared The Rock in the tag team match. There's a lot of possibilities for how this thing ends, and we will see if Cody Rhodes can finish the story. But I appreciate you guys watching. Check out all the videos. Like I said, we did a lot of stuff going into WrestleMania 40 Night 1. There's still a lot of videos that apply to what's going to happen on WrestleMania 40 Night 2, so you still have time to watch those before the event gets started. So check those out and hit that subscribe button. We're going to be doing some live shows, like I said, reacting to Night 1. We will have that coming up, and we'll have a live show reacting to what happens on Night 2. So appreciate you guys watching, and what do you think? Give me your guesses, if they've changed by any means, because, again, I know a lot of people are guessing the same things when it comes to Austin and Cena, but any other guesses as to potential surprises that we could see for Bloodline Rules, Cody versus Roman Reigns?